Hi there, I'm Karen Strang Allen, a love and empowerment coach for single women. And I'm here today to talk to you about what it really means when he's being inconsistent. So, what do I mean by inconsistent? Well, he communicates with you, on almost daily basis, and then suddenly he stops. You don't hear from him for days. Or he seems really, really interested and he's kind of pursuing and asking for the next date, and then suddenly he backs off. Or you're seeing each other regularly and then suddenly he seems like he needs some space. So it can be really challenging when you're getting what seems like mixed signals, like you think he's interested but then you're not sure. And it often doesn't feel very good, right? It causes you to doubt yourself. You're worrying what's going on. You're feeling like, I really like this person, they're pulling away from me, that doesn't feel good. So, what does it really mean when a guy is being inconsistent in how he's communicating with you, in how he's reaching out to you, in how present he is in the early stages of dating? So it can actually mean quite a few different things when somebody's being inconsistent. It can mean that he's considering his options. This is particularly true in the first few months of dating. We generally shouldn't assume that someone is exclusive or have set their mind to only us. It's normal to need some time to get to know somebody and see if they're the right fit. So it's normal in the early days of dating, for somebody to be considering their options. It's possible he also doesn't really know what he wants, especially if he's been in a long-term relationship and hasn't had a lot of time to explore his options and to be out there dating. It's also possible he might not be really ready for a long-term relationship, especially if he hasn't done his healing work to heal from his previous relationships. And you can generally tell that by the way somebody's talking about their exes, with whether they've healed or not. He may be in another relationship. That would be one of the worst case scenarios, that he's actually actively seeing other people. And you may need to actually, clear up that question after a few months of addressing the exclusivity factor. It may just be that he has poor relationship skills. He could be very introverted, not very good at communicating, might be more on the avoidant side when it comes to relationships. And lastly, it could be that he's just not sure about you yet, or he's not sure if you're the right fit for him, right? And that isn't, we often take that as a personal insult, but it really isn't. We're all looking for the person who's the right fit for us. And if somebody's not the right fit, it doesn't mean that they're not the right fit for somebody else, so that there's something wrong with them. So if you're finding that a guy is kind of like coming forward, moving back, being inconsistent, you're having difficulty getting a read on where he's at, let's talk about what to do about it. Actually, let's start with what not to do. So the first thing to not do is to chase and constantly message and phone to see what's wrong and whatever. You really need to learn, women particularly need to learn how to give a guy space. He needs time to figure out what he wants, whether it's you, whether it's somebody else, whether he wants a casual relationship, a long-term relationship. He can't figure that out if you're pressuring him to make a decision. And on the other hand, I'm also not saying that you should wait there passively and give your power away either. So it doesn't feel good to just be sitting by the phone wondering, is he going to contact me or not? Like, that doesn't feel good, right? So what you should do instead is lean back and give him some space to sort himself out and figure out what he wants, whether that's you or not. Because in leaning back, it'll either help him to go, oh gosh, I really do like this person. I can feel her pulling back. So I don't want to miss out on this wonderful person. Or he might feel a sense of relief, in which case that's a very good indication that this wasn't the right fit, right? So either way, you'll get your answers, not by pushing for answers, but by leaning back and giving him the space and time to think, because that's how men process. They need some space and they need some time. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, your job is to work on your own feelings of anxiety, of wanting to have an answer right away, of wanting him to choose you, noticing the story you're telling yourself. If he's pulling back, that means something bad about you. That's your work to do. His inconsistency will actually mirror for you and magnify for you your insecurity. So I'm going to say that again. His inconsistency will reflect back to you your insecurity, and your insecurity is the piece that you need to work on. So learn how to really stand in your value and be confident in who you are and what you have to offer. And if somebody doesn't pick you, They don't pick you, somebody else will. And more importantly, who are you picking? Is he what you really want? Or are you just putting all your energy into being chosen? Queens don't chase. Queens don't run after people and beg them to stay in their life. Queens hold their energy and their value and let the right person come to them. So focus instead of on this guy and what he's doing and is he going to message you or not. Focus on the other people in your life, the other relationships in your life, the other things in your life and activities you enjoy. And if you don't have those activities or other people in your life, then that's a problem. And that's a good piece of your work that you need to do. And always keep in mind that this one person does not have to be the source of what you want in your life. You do get to have the love and connection and companionship you want, but it doesn't have to be coming from this particular person. If that relationship doesn't work out, something else will. And you have to learn how to be able to move through those feelings of anxiety, insecurity, uncertainty, how to hold your value in your space, how to build a full life so that you're not just focused on whether the person you're dating is choosing you or not. So I hope that helps. And if you're needing more help with understanding the balance between them and you, and how to find a good partner without being brokenhearted, without going through a million different breakups, I encourage you to go to my website. There's lots of free tools and resources on there, including a webinar called Loving Without Losing, which I highly recommend. It's free and it's 45 minutes. And there are other blog posts and shorter videos on there as well. So check it out. It's KarenStrangAllen.com. All right. Bye for now.